Like when you, for example, in the Winternight Trilogy, because obviously it's a long series, 3 books, your time scheduled, were you pushed maybe by the editing team did you have scheduling conflicts? I mean, were you pushed to maybe finish something faster, or were you on time, things like that?
No, I was delayed. So I'd finished the first book and the publication was scheduled for like January 2016. And they told me that fall they were gonna push it back 2017, so a whole year back. And I guess I can say this now. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's been a while. The reason was back at the time, like 5 years ago, there was some hope that The Winds of Winter, the Game of Thrones book, would come out that January. I don't want my book to conflict with it because I would have gotten squished like a bug, publication wise. But the book didn't come out. But the book mine was still scheduled for a year later anyway, so I had an extra year just kind of like put into my timeline, and so I wrote the second book in that year. So by the time the first book came out, the second book was finished, which put me fairly ahead of like the game. And so then as I was doing promotion for the first book, I was writing the third book, and the third book was about ready to go right as the second book came out. And so I got kind of ahead. I had some built-in time to put me ahead of the game. If I hadn't had that time, I probably would have struggled to make a year deadline for each book. I like to think of myself as quick, but I'm actually not that fast. Unfortunate. Some people are very fast.
Yeah. So fantasy writers live in a fear from Winds of Winter every year, because we have those news that the Winds of Winters are coming every now and then.
How many people suffered?
I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like I don't know. I mean, if you start thinking about everybody else's publication schedule, you're gonna lose your mind. But I was appreciative at the time. Like I didn't want to get squished like a bug by a much bigger author. So that was good. And I'm sure Winds of Winter will come out eventually, and I'm excited to read it when it does. One day.
One day, yeah.
One day.
We stay genuine, uncensored and unscripted, and we always will, as we have to order our usual. Share us and subscribe us, and stay tuned until the next Wednesday. Ikuzo!